What up, y'all? On this installment of the Nicolino Locche Defensive Studies series, we're going to be looking into the ops position. If you guys have not already watched the previous installment on the shoulder roll, I highly recommend y'all watch that, as the shoulder roll's most common transition is into this ops position, especially from the way that the OGs played it. So Locche is not the only one that's really high level at this. A lot of the G's back in the day, George Benton, Joe Louis at times, were really good at transitioning from the shoulder roll into this op. So again, peep the shoulder roll breakdown, patreon.com/boring breakdowns if you guys would like. There is a free version clip for you. There's also the full version available to members. And now that we're talking about, before we get into this, guys, if you guys would like to support the work, patreon.com/boring breakdowns. I will also link it in the description below. You guys will get access to all of the long form content, and it's a great way to support the channel, keep this work coming out. So go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and jump in. Now, I gave a brief description of the positions that we're going to talk about in the last installment, but why are you guys looking at a photo of old folks stretching? So the ops position that's a term that I use with my students, which is old person stretches. So, or old person stretching. So this old person stretch position, little story behind it is I was walking through Central Park when I was in New York with a student of mine. I seen a group of elderly folks doing an outdoor workout, and this was the position they were in, and it reminded me quite a bit of the position that we're going to be discussing. So I wound up calling that position with my students the ops position, or old person stretch position. Now, this is what we are referring to when we discuss the ops position. So Locche has his back to us here in the corner. Notice how he dips from the waist before he goes to pivot in. That dipping from the waist and getting dipping at the hips and getting that head low and away from the opponent's rear side, his right hand, will open up a ton of defensive possibilities. And watching this here, you can understand how it's a logical next step at times from the shoulder roll position, because you are already heavily bladed with that lead shoulder in front, and if they do continue to close distance on you and put more offense on you, dipping that head down into your low right quadrant is a great option just to stay out of further trouble. So let's check out, how does Locche use this ops position? What are his transitions? How does he enter into it? From what positions does he go into it? Does he set up offense, defense, etc.? So we're going to go ahead and jump in now that we have an understanding of what the ops position looks like. So the ops position is so nice because while it's incredibly defensively sound, it makes them have to travel quite a bit farther to hit you, especially with that rear side. There are offensive opportunities as well. So let's go ahead and check this segment out. We're going to see Locche on the left right here. We will see him use the ops immediately after this offense. So we're going to see him throw this left hook and immediately dip down here. Now, not only is he dipping down, he's taking space away from the opponent right here. Now, look at what happens as he comes back up. Notice how he is monitoring the opponent's left glove. Now, it's not really clear if he got hit with that left shot or not, but just so you guys know, this is something you want to be mindful of. When you are dipping down, you want to make sure that your rear glove is in a good position to be able to defend their left shots, because while those rear side shots of the opponent, given that the opponent is an orthodox athlete as well, are going to be further, if the opponent is to throw a lead side shot, for example, a left hook, left uppercut, you want to be able to have that rear glove up to defend. Now, from here, the two athletes are going to separate back to neutral. Now, this is what I was referring to earlier about there are great defensive applications. There's also great offensive applications, and let's check this out. Jab, ops, jab, ops. And from here, that ops is able to get under Pruitt's left jab, and they're going to get into this infighting range. Now, look at how the ops is perfectly built to defend against Pruitt's right hand. Here, as that right hand comes in, Locche's head is already dipping down in the same direction as the right hand is kind of coming down on. So even if Locche gets hit, he's able to essentially ride with the shot such that it takes a lot of the smoke off of it. So let's check this whole sequence out one more time, and we can see both the offensive and defensive applications. So left hook, ops, close that distance, monitor that glove, and come back to neutral. Now from here, jab, ops, jab. Ops is going to get underneath. The two athletes go into this infighting. Pay attention to this right hand here, and Locche is able to ride with it. Now, there was some sparring footage out there of Tyson sparring and Customato in the corner. And you'll hear Customato say to Tyson, jab, slip, jab, or slip, jab, slip. And this is a great way to throw your jab and never quite be in that same position when you're throwing. So some of you guys have reached out to me saying, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm jabbing and I'm getting clipped. Jab and immediately take that head off that center line in the ops position or in a slip position. And then from an ops or a slip, you guys can come up and use your jab to set your offense up. So here, I'm going to unmute for you guys. This is some footage of Tyson sparring Jimmy Clark in the early 80s. And pay very close attention to what Cuss is saying in the corner, and you'll hear him talk about that slip, jab, slip.
Move your head, move your head, move your head, move your head, Mike. Move your head, jab and slip and jab.
Now, here's a beautiful thing about the ops position is it still works even if your opponent is able to flank your lead leg. So let's check this out right here. We're going to see Locche is going to bow, and he's able to come underneath the shot from Pruitt. And Pruitt is going to do a great job using this right glove, controlling Locche's elbow, and using this as kind of like a staying point as he rotates this way around Locche. Now Locche is forced to kind of have to neutral up with him, but we see that Pruitt already has a great angle. From here, having flanked around that lead leg, he's going to throw this right hand, and look at Locche being able to play that ops position, allow that right hand to skate just over top of his head, and he's able to stay out of trouble. So let's check this out one more time. We're going to see the left shot go right past. We're going to see this elbow control, flanking around, throw the right hand, and Locche is going to ops and then kind of roll with that shot. So this is some of the highlight-worthy footage that you see from Locche, and much of this is going to be played out of the ops position. Let's go ahead and check it out. So he's in the ops position. We see the opponent trying to set up several different shots for offense, and we just see this constant bobbing in that ops position, dipping the head lower and coming back up. Now, the nice part about that ops position, low right quadrant is where your head is going to sit. So it's going to make the opponent's rear side have to travel further. As far as the lead side, this is where we want to just be mindful and make sure that we have the rear glove up. Now, what happens when, let's say, you're not able to move your head underneath one of their lead side shots? Let's go ahead and check it out. So from here, Locche is going to set the offense up, and the opponent is going to dip his head off to the side, and as he throws that left shot, Locche is going to go into the ops position. Now, from here, you're going to see some points where Locche catches with his rear glove. Unfortunately, the camera angle is a little bit difficult to see that. And then other points you'll see where he is just going to dip his head underneath. From here, the opponent sees Locche going into that position, is able to initiate kind of a flank around that lead leg. And as he goes to throw, notice how Locche is going to dip his head underneath that left shot. He comes back up. The opponent is going to throw this right shot, but Locche's arm is going to take care of it. He doesn't have to do any extra motion. And now from here, now we don't know if the shot landed or not, but we don't see too much impact on Locche's head moving, so it's safe to say that he caught that shot on his rear glove, which again is what you always have to be ready to do. Just because you're using primarily a head movement type format doesn't mean that that rear glove shouldn't be there just in case you can't move your head out the way. From here, this is the beauty of the ops. Look how low he can get in this ops position. And then from here, that left shot goes right over top. And we're going to see a right hand, but Locche is going to ride his head with it. He comes down as that right hand comes down. And then one more right hand. And again, Locche is going to dip into the ops as the right hand comes down. We see that camera flash, so excuse me, guys. And then from here, he's going to come up from the ops position, tying up the opponent's biceps, and now they can clinch up. So let's check this out one more time. Again, just pay specific attention from here. If he can't go under, he's going to catch it. But ideally, you're going to go under, catches it with the elbow, catches it with the glove, comes underneath that left shot, rides with the right hand, and then rides with the right hand again. As he comes up, he's going to tie up the biceps to stop any further offense from the opponent. So understand that anytime you are in the shoulder roll position, again, I highly suggest you guys watch the previous installment where we really broke down in quite a bit of detail that shoulder roll. When you guys are in the shoulder roll position, one of the next or most common transitions is into the ops position. So check this out right here. We see Locche in the shoulder roll, lead shoulders forward. Fuji's going to throw that left hook. He's going to use his rear glove to catch. Peep when this right hand comes through, Locche is going to ops and then allow that right hand to come right over top of him. So because you are already so heavily bladed in the shoulder roll position with you are hiding behind that lead shoulder, it's going to be basically halfway there. Because you're in that bladed posture, all you now have to do is just dip at the hips right here, and you can access that ops position. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment it below. If you guys are watching the free version of this, you can peep the full version along with all of the other long form content on the Patreon, patreon.com/boringbreakdowns. If you guys would like to know how to support the channel, patreon.com/boringbreakdowns is the best way to support. If you guys are looking to support other ways, a like, a share, a comment, telling the homies at the gym about this type of work is always super helpful as well. So for any of you guys who are trying to support, I'm super appreciative. I salute to you guys. Good looking out. And again, please feel free, hit me up if you guys have any questions. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.